Testing, 1, 2, 3. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Super last minute stream. Nothing like disappearing from the face of the earth for 2 weeks and then just giving you a 15-minute notification say, hey, we're going live. And not only are we going live, but we're going live with a little special treat called miniFCU. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes upon the miniCockpit-miniFCU hardware add-on coming soon to a desktop near you. If you pre-ordered, I think they're just getting ready to get the shipping out there. I received mine early, I think I received it yesterday. A couple of streamers, I know Blue Games has got his, there's more streamers getting theirs. So I finally got it up and running. I had a little issue with my installing of the drivers. For some reason, I had to I did everything by the book the first time, didn't work. Reinstalled everything again, worked just fine. So I don't know what that was all about. But when in doubt, reinstall. It's all up and fine now. It's working good. So we're going to give it a first impression stream right now out of the gate. And we got to keep on. We got to keep with the time because I actually have to go to work and fly tonight. I have my alarm set. I got to make sure I leave the office, give myself enough time to get home and get changed. But we're doing a quick flight today, Tampa to Atlanta. My wife's sister. They did this very flight today. They flew up on Frontier from Tampa to Atlanta, so we're just going to kind of mimic that. Should be a good one. Good to see everybody else here in the house. Arlen McAdory, thanks for the 9-month support. 2 hours before work. Great timing. Appreciate you, Arlen. Hopefully it'll work out just fine here. We'll get everything fired up and have no issues. Jessica Hunt, first impressions. I'm liking it. This is really a first impression stream. This is my first flight with it up and running. So you're going to see my first impressions live. So we're going to get into that right now. You can see it lit up there. Can you guys see it? I kind of put the camera at a little bit of an angle so you kind of see it. And I have the lights dim so you can really see the backlighting. My first impression from the lighting aspect of the miniFCU is absolutely fantastic. They 110% nailed the lighting. You see the backlighting, got the little bit of orange on there. It is very, very good. It looks just like the real thing as far as the lighting aspect is concerned. So I'm really happy with that. Let's get this airplane fired up and let's see how it handles once we get everything up and running and we get airborne. So not wasting any time. Let's go ahead and get this airplane fired up. You know the flows by now. I know the flows by now. Why are my sounds so low? Let me beef up all the sounds here. Give me a second. All right, sounds are all coming up online. That's good. We can go straight into the GPU. Crew supply ground controls coming on. Get the ADIRs into alignment. Typically, we don't rush through things this fast, but we're on a time crunch today. We'll wait for the rest of the stuff to power up here. We are in the latest version of the fly-by-wire. Now, I do have Fenix quartz for the Fenix version to see if I can get it to work with the Fenix. I haven't had time to do that yet. I wanted to do one stream here before. I know everyone's got Thanksgiving holiday coming up here. If you're in America, your Thanksgiving holiday this week. So we got to, I'm going to be busy, and like I said, I got to fly tonight, and then we got family coming in town, so I don't know how much time I'm going to have to get any content out, so I want to do at least one quick stream right now. Everything running. I regret not pre-ordering the miniFCU, the DA4 or DA204. Hey man, this is something that I've been asking for a long time. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know, like one of my two biggest pet peeves, chat, are what? It is, number one, is light manipulation on the overhead, and number two, scrolling this whole situation. No longer do we have to do that. We have our actual knobs here. We can set, you know, sometimes what we do, we'll set 100 there just to know that we haven't received our PDC. So I'm going to set 100 there in the altitude window. That means, hey, we don't have a clearance. We don't have our top altitude set. We're going to let that go right there. Hopefully that camera's coming through. I'm using a really low quality camera for this right now because I have my two higher quality cameras on the joystick and Throttletek. But hopefully that one's coming through. It seems to look all right on my end. I just don't know how it's coming through on the YouTube side of things. But anyway, good luck tomorrow, Captain. A crap storm in the northeast due to make things spicy. Lauren, I know. I am regretting this LaGuardia turn I've got tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. Or actually, no, not tomorrow. I don't fly tomorrow, Lauren, so maybe I'll be okay. I fly Thanksgiving Day. I do a quick, I say quick, LaGuardia turn. I do a garbage turn on Thanksgiving morning. Should be back by 11 to get the turkey on the smoker. That's the plan, fingers crossed. Tonight, I got to go to Houston and back. So, you know, nothing like flying right across the frontal system here. Should be fun. All right, have you tried the new AnyBuilds 320 Neo? Phil, no, I have not. I know it's on the beta. I'm not interested in running beta. So once it releases full-blown, we'll give it a shot. But, okay, here we go. Everything's powered up. We'll do our fire test 1 and 2. Phantom already did the APU. Everything else looks good on the overhead. Let's come down here to our initialization. Let's go ahead and do an init request. And let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and go to the weight and balance fuel. I've downloaded from SimBrief. We need 13.1, so let's send GSX over here right now. Request fueling, please. We're going to use ASIG because I don't see Frontier there. Refueling truck is on its way. That is good.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I won't do that. And let's go ahead and get the jetway connected, please. Thank you. We're at the Hotel Tampa Airport. If you haven't noticed already, I think there's a Tampa scenery. I just haven't had time to download it, guys. I've been super busy, and then I was sick. You might be able to tell a little bit from my voice. Still recovering, but I know I've been kind of MIA as far as content goes, but there's reasons for that, so I do apologize. Good to be back, though. Hopefully the internet holds strong. That's my biggest thing. The last stream we had to cut short. Internet went to garbage. I'm really hoping the internet will hold through for this stream. Benny, good to see you. Now we need a real captain seat. Oh, Benny, wouldn't that be something? I would love to have a captain seat. I do not have tactical flip-flops today, chat, so I might be rolling around. We might actually have to use auto brakes. We don't have any tactical flip-flops to lock the rolly chair in position, so that's always an exciting time. All right, here we go. We've got our initialization. Looks like we've got an alternate of Nashville, Tampa to Atlanta, cost index 8.
Truck is in position.
Negative Ghost Rider. Let's bump those rookie numbers up to 75.
Please don't load aircraft until
as
the
far
fuel
as
truck
Tampa
arrives and ask to do
departures,
it.
what's the weather doing here? Let's do a quick little weather situation here. METAR, Tampa, winds, 140 at 12, gust 20. All right, 140 at 12. So if we're going to do that, I think we should probably take off runway 19er right. How does that sound? 40, 50 knot crosswind? Yeah, that works. If we do maybe it's tailwind. So we'll do a 19er right for blast off. No, we don't want 19er right. That's a long taxi. We want 19er left out to the south. 19er left. As far as our flight plan SID, we're on the ended. No, is that what we're on? Ended 2 Layson. Yes, we are. Ended 2 to Layson transition. So we're going to go ended 1. We'll insert U. Basically, there we go. And then we're basically, direct 2. So we'll get rid of that disco. Clear some of this. GPS primary loss that's coming in here. What time you at LaGuardia? I got a Brickyard to YYZ early morning. Arlen, I should be landing. Oh, are you, you're taking, let's see, my departure or my arrival into LaGarbage on Thanksgiving morning is scheduled to be 8:04 a.m. I should be landing around 8 a.m. On Thanksgiving morning in LaGuardia. Good morning, Kelly Simmer. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kelly Simmer. Been a while. Team Vodka says I see V1 is overly caffeinated today. Team Vodka, believe it or not, I'm actually not overly caffeinated. I'm just I want to get this thing fired up because I don't have a lot of time, and I want to get this show on the road. As soon as we get airborne, we'll be able to relax a little bit. Coming into Atlanta, I know it's going to be. What are they landing in Atlanta? Does the weather thing work in this? In this thing again? I forget. ATSU, AOC, weather request. I don't want Nashville.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Yeah. I want downloaded from there. That's what I want. Ready to start. Okay, starting. Refueling. Good. I'm not overly caffeinated. I'm just overly excited to be here, and the internet's holding out, and like I said, I got to go to work, so. Atlanta's landing east. That's all I need to know. Thank you, Fly to Live. So with them landing east, probably have to shoot an ILS. It's raining right now pretty hard. Man, coming up the Gandalf 2. Oh my gosh, we can fly right over my house, chat. Should we fly right over my house? I think it's on the Gandalf. Why won't it let me pick a star? There we go. Gandalf 2. And the transition is Bjorn. Why don't I see Bjorn in there? There it is, right at the top, that's why. Bjorn, we'll insert that. I don't know, something seems funky with this. Then we'll do ILS 9er left. Landing east, no, 9er right. We will never get 9er left. Say a prayer, hope we get 9er right. Okay, now it's... Alright, what is going on here? Gandalf 2, did I do something wrong? No approach via... That's fine, Gandalf 2. I feel like I just messed this whole box up. Gandalf 2. No, that looks right. 1909 right. Alright. AJ Funari, congratulations on your 1 year as a member here at the channel, man. Appreciate you. Says it's been 1 year. That's about 400 foo-foo soy lattes and 4 dozen foos and B1 time. Hey, AJ, I appreciate the support, my friend. 1 year as a member. Congratulations. 4 dozen Angel Foods and B1 time. Yes, I had some Angel Foods the other day. It was delicious. Thank you so much for the support, AJ. Glad to see you sticking around and being a member, even though the podcasts are a little elusive right now, huh? All right. How to order miniFCU? There's nothing on the website. Ashra, I believe this was like the kicks. Someone correct me in chat, right? It was you had to do it on the Kickstarter, and then they're doing all that first, and then when the official release comes out, I'm sure their website will open up or their store will open up. But basically, I talked about this a couple months ago when miniFCU said they were announcing that they're coming out with a product, and then there was a Kickstarter that opened up. And for the past maybe not even 6 months, what's it been? Maybe 3 months, 4 months, we've had like some rolling FCU Kickstarter stuff rolling through the Nightbot. You know, click there, pledge, do your thing. But I'm pretty sure their pledge was fulfilled within a day, right? Like the backers support and all that. They actually got so much support. It's gonna propel them right into their next couple projects. So, and from what I can tell you guys, just sitting here looking at this thing on my desk. It is very, very immersive. I cannot wait to see what they continue to bring out. And I know you can't see it, you can't even see my hand, but there's connecting ports on either side for additional, maybe like mini EFIS or things like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty sweet setup once they get everything released. All right, I think we are ready to request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Fueler is done, right? Yep, he's pretty much done. Refueling is done. Let's go ahead and get our fuel tank pumps on. Let's go ahead and seatbelt sign is on. We'll prime the APU. Let's double check our fuel is balanced and in the tanks. Nope, crew's already on board. That's good. Let's check out this company Messagi. I think it's just a weather radar, or I'm sorry, weather report. Receive the METAR. Print you out. Atlanta. Look at that. 170 at 11, gust 19, 3 miles, rain and mist. Spicy meatball. All right. I don't know why I printed Atlanta. It's not like we need Atlanta right now. I guess I can do Tampa while we're at it. Let's do weather request, and let's just get Tampa. I don't need everything else. We'll get the updated. We'll get the updated when it's ready. Let's go this into VOR mode, constraint mode on, magic barrel ref key. All right, we have no ATC on today, so we'll set our top altitude chat. We'll put you into the hundreds, and we'll scroll you up to, what did we file? Let me check my flight plan. Flight plan filed at 36. All right, I guess we are saving gas. 360 is set. You can see the speed there at 100. That's normal. We got the vertical dashes. Now that speed should disappear, right? I don't think it does in this one. That's because of our initialization. We're still waiting for the final numbers. We'll get that fired up. Let's go ahead and take a listen. What does ground control button do, Christian? That helps record the cockpit activities on the CVR prior to engine start. The CVR will only work, well, it's only programmed to work after engine start and then 10 minutes after shutdown. And I think what, 10 minutes after power up, and then it shuts off until engine start, something like that. Basically, it's just so you can record your pre-flight checklists and all that. They wanted the survey filled out by the 25th, so I bet Easy Ship email will start rolling out on the 26th. Have I tried the miniFCU with the Fenix plus the workaround for Fenix Infin Ewok? I have not yet. I downloaded the quartz. I got it all ready to go. Maybe last minute, if we have enough time when I get in Atlanta, maybe we can just load into the Fenix and see what it does. I literally have, this is my first flight with this. I didn't have enough time to troubleshoot if it would work or not. But I had it up and running, and I loaded in the fly-by-wire because I know it works by default out of the box. No add-ons for this. Get the air start unit. Oh no, I had to do that the other day, Team Vodka, when I was up in Mini. We had no APU. I feel like I've been struck with a slew of no APU airplanes for some reason. Of course, we have 186 passengers. We got a full boat, trying to be quick. Air start unit. So, I'll tell you what, let's just keep it simple today. We'll just do regular. We'll get into that. We'll do that in another stream. I got some plans for you. This is my favorite time of year to fly. We're going to be doing some de-icing operations again. We got the GSX de-icing situation. That's always fun to simulate that. We'll go through all the de-ice procedures. That'll be coming up here because I got to refresh myself. 3007 is set 1, 2, and 3 times. 360 is set. Flight plan is set. Progress, we don't need anything. Secondary doesn't work. The init B page. Our block fuel on board is 13.0. Let's put that in here right now. 0 fuel weight, 0 fuel weight CG. We will wait until it's done boarding, right? I don't know. I think I can do it now. I don't know. Chaos will tell me what to do here in chat. Everything else looks good. 75. Right now our flight plan, 350 miles. I'm going to leave it on ZFW. 0 fuel weight CG. We can see our payload. Where are our passengers? Why doesn't it show them boarding in real time? What's happening? Yeah. Normally... Houston, we have a problem. GSX payload sync enabled. Uh-oh. Luke is up and hey man, new member here. Love your streams. Keep up the good work. You always crack me up all the way from Adelaide, Australia. Luke, thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $8 Australian, my friend. Very kind of you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, even though it's been rather slim as of late, so appreciate the support. Nevertheless, always a pleasure to have new members on the channel. Thank you. I don't need to wait. Does the flight plan actually have any packs? Yeah. On SimBrief? Let me check. What happened here? Passenger count 186. Estimated 0 fuel at 140.5. Hit the download packs button. I did. This is a new one. Am I excited for the Unibuild 320neo? Not really. From what I've seen, not really. It just looks like another default 320neo. And it doesn't... I mean, the model is great. Let me put it this way. The model looks great. Like the external and everything. But doing Airbus stuff, it doesn't really do all that much. You know, this is much more of a real Airbus operation than what that one is showing. As of now. Now, I'm sure Unibuild will eventually get it together and, you know, release a solid product, but right now it just looks like a slight improvement over the default Zobo. Can you add value for the packs? The fly pad weight and balance needs to be correct before calling for boarding. Well, what do we do? Can I manually do it? 186. Hey, now we're boarding. Close enough, right? Hey, crisis averted. We got people on board. Everything else is loading up here. Let's disconnect. Let's turn on that. Oh, shit. Bro, I hit the bus tie button instead of the APU bleed. Well, at least you know the bus tie works. Did you guys catch that? So let's learn from, you know, Captain Go Lucky mistake here. So this is why you don't rush through things. I wanted to disconnect external power and turn on the APU bleed. I disconnected external power and immediately turned off the bus tie. Let's take a look at the system's logic here for the Airbus A320 electrical system. If external power is applied, it does not take priority over the APU. If the APU is running, the APU takes priority over the external power. So, as I disconnected the external power, the aircraft attempted to load up onto the auxiliary power unit. However, if you see here, APU generator is very nicely indicated by this green line here that says, hey, if the APU generator is on, which it is because we're in a lights out configuration, APU generator is going to go through the bus tie and power your AC bus 1 and AC bus 2. If you disconnect or turn off the bus tie push button on the overhead, you now inhibit the APU generator from powering the aircraft, and you basically just go dark. And hopefully we didn't break anything. Everything else looks good. 360 is set. Alright, cool. Everything's good. Crisis averted, but yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. 250-hour move. Chance Rindy, member for 17 months. Good to see you. Good to see you again, Captain. Hope you and the family have a good Thanksgiving. Chance, I thank you. Appreciate that. Same to you as well. It will be an interesting Thanksgiving. Got a lot of family coming up, and you know it can always get a little bit spicy when you have family coming in town. So we shall see. I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be a fun time. Did it reset the McDo Team Vodka? I don't believe it did. Let me check. Nope. Everything else looks good here. So everything's saved as it should. Which the real airplane will do that too. So basically what happens in the real airplane, if you have a power dropout, which the more common power dropout that you see in real life is if you're on external power and then you don't have the APU running, and either they disconnect the external power without asking you first, or the jet bridge power just dies. And sometimes that happens, it goes completely dark, and when you power up the airplane in the Airbus, more often than not, it's got everything saved for you. You can reboot. Now, I remember in the early versions of the Embraers when I was flying 170s and 190s, when it dropped out, it dumped almost all your stuff. Like, it would dump all your perf data. It would dump part of your flight plan sometimes. As the software got better on the Embraers, it kind of was like the Airbus. You could take a power interruption and would still save everything. But man, I'm like, my first ever flight ever as an FO, my first OE flight on the Embraer 170, the jet bridge power dropped out and the check camera started having a few choice words and we had to scramble to reload everything. It was in a snowstorm out of DC, so yeah, that's what happens in real life most of the time. Speaking of 250 hours, did you see the SFO Lufthansa night visual debacle? I have not, Justin. I did not see that one. Another SFO Lufthansa night... Oh, you're talking about where they refused to do the visual approach. Yes, I saw that. That was interesting. I think it was a matter of flexing on both sides. I feel like that whole thing could have been avoided with a little bit more communication. Just hate to see it, though. I mean, that's just kind of like... It seemed like the controller was just punishing that crew, but it also seemed like the crew was acting like, you know... We're Lufthansa, you should know this, but like, I don't know. I feel like both sides could have worked on their approach, but yeah, that was ridiculous. Ended up diverting to Oakland. Like, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be so pissed off. I'm gonna divert to Oakland because, you know, I don't know. It's just whatever. That was an interesting one. Wingnut, good to see you, man. Oh man, Power Cycle, that adopted bus. Really? Okay, so Wingnut, I'm curious. So the 220. If you have a power cycle like that or a dropout, does it save all your data, like your perf and all that stuff, or does it? You have more issues? The Adopt-A-Bus driver himself is here. Good to see you, Window. DCA question for you, V1. Where the hell do you de-ice? Arlen, it's been years since I've de-iced in DC. They used to send us to a pad south on the south side, I believe, for de-ice. But that was years and years ago. I haven't been de-iced in DC, like I said, in a long time. Velociraptor, good to see you, man. Private and pilot for 11 months of support. Thank you for the continued support, Velociraptor. Appreciate you. Wasn't a refusal to do a visual, was it just refusal to do visual separation? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like to divert an airplane because you can't get visual separation, I don't know. You have to speak to a controller and see what they're... I mean, they're not the first Lufthansa airplane to land at San Francisco at night, right? So I feel like there's somebody dropped the ball on communication somewhere on that whole situation. Zippy's Apple, good to see you. You're with me in economy, so you're back here. Hopefully you got a good seat. Hopefully you got economy over the window. Maybe you paid for an exit upgrade here on Frontier. Has to do with separation. SFO is wavered to hell, and their AAR tanks using ILS, they actually just missed a gap and didn't have another one for a while. So my thinking though is like, if you're the captain of that airplane, can't you communicate, be like, hey, I understand, you know, but we have this much fuel. We only have about 5 minutes before we have to declare fuel emergency or minimum fuel. You know, instead of waiting and then just declaring a fuel emergency, or what, they don't think they did, or they just said minimum fuel. I don't know. I think they're both in the wrong. I just feel like that situation should have been handled better. I don't know. BKG Blueface, good to see you. They could fly visual approach, but need separation dealt with by ATC. Right, but no one, like, the controller said, okay, I'm going to have to hold you. And it's like, okay, well, we'll hold then. Like, I don't know. The whole thing. Look at those beautiful IEs on that 320 over there. I know, I'm looking at it. It looks good. Flight Force, good to see you, man. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you for the continued support. Happy holidays right back at you, Flight Force. Lufthansa tried to tell the controller to get stuffed with the fuel emergency that ended up being the ones getting stuffed. I kind of felt that vibe too. Like, yeah. I've never heard anything like that before. That was a very interesting conversation. I've had a few situations with air traffic control where, you know, you're approaching minimum fuel. I've only had to declare a fuel emergency one time, and that wasn't even at the airlines. But I've had to declare minimum fuel before. And, I take that back. I did have to declare a fuel emergency one time because we didn't have an outer tip tank valve. It didn't open, so we had to trap fuel. We basically just lost 30 minutes of fuel instantly because the valve didn't open. But ATC has always been more accommodating to me that I haven't had that situation like that SFO controller. It'd be interesting to get get a perspective from another controller, but I mean, I understand they didn't have a slot for a visual, but I don't know. SFO is designed very badly. Yes, it is. Nothing like having 8 runways that all intersect, right? So you can only depart one at a time or 2 at a time. It's the pilot that has their lives on the line, so I understand why they might feel upset at ATC safe in their office, if that makes sense. Billy, absolutely, that makes sense. And that's something that I've always, I've been taught, and I tell new guys, like, look, don't let ATC fly your airplane. At the end of the day,
boarding completed.
Your butt is up there in the airplane. They're sitting down in a nice air-conditioned room, stressed out, smoking cigarettes and controlling airplanes. At least that's what it looks like on Pushing Tin. But, yeah, don't ever let the controller fly your airplane. That's something that's you should always have in mind. Okay, boarding is completed. Let's get out of here. We're disconnected. Let's prepare for pushback and departure because we got to go. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to go perf data. We're going to go flaps 2 because it's a Neo and they seem to always want to do this. D1, 128, 129, 133 is set. Look at that. See the dashes on the FCU? Match the dashes up there. Absolutely awesome.
Will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing.
All right, let's close this door. We don't need to listen to this guy.
Attention as to review the safety operations of this
he's
Airbus
talking from the front.
aircraft.
Never mind.
We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Fly by wire today. Yes, it is. Hey, who's doing that PA? I don't know anything. I
Departure check completed.
don't know who it is.
Bypass
Sounds
pin
like a
inserted.
fake pilot. All right, let's get out of here. What time is it? It's 12:14. How long is this flight going to be? About an hour, 1:14. I got to be home by 2:15. I can get ready in 45 minutes, and then I'm off to the aeroporto. Ken, good to see you, man. Great to catch you live. Yes, short notice live stream today, guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you that's tuned in. We're going to talk all about the FCU here as soon as we get to use it. We've kind of just been sitting here looking at it. So once we get airborne, we'll be able to talk more. I'll have more thoughts, and I'll show you a little bit more about it. But we got to be able to get airborne first.
Locking gear.
All right, let's make sure everything else. Let's do one final sweep. Make sure we're all set up here. Perf data set. 360 is set. APU bleed is on. GPU is off. Strobe is into auto. Beacon is on. Before start checklist. Windows door to slides. Close it on. Beacon on. Press levers idle. Parking brake is on. V4 star checklist is complete. Let's go tiller cam Airbus. We should also have FCU. I need to go, oh gosh, we got to go 1-9er. So nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes.
All right, brakes, release, clear to push. Now, do you guys like the FCU on the left side?
Engine's clear. Start at will.
Or do you want it on this side over here? But I just figured this was more out of the way. But like this would be more realistic. Should I move it to the right or keep it on the left? Brakes release, we are pushing. And we're cleared to start, so we're going to do engine 1. Here we go. Engine mode to ignition start. Fire them up. Oh, I love the sound of that pack cutout. Did you hear that? That pack cutout, the air conditioning cutout was fantastic. Left side, right? I should have just done a pull. Members only poll. Yeah, we should do that. I love this sounds. Your captain read back a takeoff clearance on the PA. Nice. PT was struggling today. Nope, 49 Whiskey. This is the default sounds with the fly-by-wire 320, which it definitely has a leg up from what I've seen on the upcoming 320 Neo from Mini Builds, the free one. The sounds, now I haven't had to experience it firsthand yet, but from what I've seen in videos, fly-by-wire sounds are much more visceral, if that makes sense. All right, good start on 1. Let's go ahead and start 2 on the pushback. Here we go.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes are set, clear to disconnect.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Christian, I'd love the mini FCU, but I'm still stuck on P3D V4. Man, make the switch. You won't regret it. Christian Toko for your for Christmas 2023. Make the switch to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You won't be disappointed, my friend. The Indy Builds has the RNAV and missed approaches, which is a point in its favor over the fly-by-wire. Ooh, really?
Unlocking gear.
We all know I can't land this thing on RNAV, so we had that issue on, where were we? Somewhere in Mexico. Went around 4 times. That was spicy. All right, we got a good start. That's going there, that's going there.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Flaps 2's coming out.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right, APU bleed is coming off. That's coming off. And flex, everything else looks good. Let's do a flight control check. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Everything looks good. We'll go max. Takeoff config checked. PWS on and auto, TARA. We should be squawking 2000.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Short taxi out, and we need to be on, we're on Unicom, right? 22.8? Yep. Where is VPilot? There it is. Oh, VPilot is not VPiloting. Give me a second. Audio. Output. Yeah, everything looks good there. And temp traffic, frontier flight 357, taxi 19, Tampa. Brakes released, taxi light on, let's go. Are we serving bourbon this flight? Zippy, unfortunately no, because we got to do a real flight after this, real life. We got to go fly through some thunderstorms, so no bourbon required. Let's get out of this Hotel Tampa Airport. Thoughts about X-Plane 12? I like X-Plane 12 Blockbuster. I'm just waiting for it to continue to mature. It's more of a X-Plane 12 is my P3D, if that makes sense. Like, I use X-Plane 12 when we need to study, we need to do some single engine stuff, we need to do some more ECAM handling, etc. But my everyday sim is Microsoft. It's got everything you need, man. From visuals to airplanes now. We're getting a lot more good airplanes. We'll cut across the pad here. We'll head for this taxiway and cut over for 19 on the left. Is it ever allowed to skip flight control check if you're on a turnaround? No. Flight control checked after every engine start. Alright, we're going to go here all the way down. Do another forward call here, get the cabin secured. We're going to do another takeoff config test. There it is, takeoff config normal. We are good to go. Alright, we got dashes across on the FCU. 360 is set for our cruise altitude. I tell you what, just for funsies. Frontier Flight 357, amend your departure altitude. Maintain 10,000. Roger, maintain 10,000. Now you can see the dot indicating that we have a managed altitude programmed right now. So the dot is good. We got dot, dot, dot. Tampa traffic, Frontier Flight 357. We're going to be departing runway 19 on our left, Tampa. All right, let's light it up and get out of here. All right, it's been a while. Everybody, smoke down that smoke down. Everybody, push down that yoga push button. Let's get out of here. We'll spool them up 50 from outside view. Put those yogas in chat. Q8 Pilot has joined the chat. Q8 Pilot, pleasure to see you, my friend. Hopefully I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And so far, so good, Q8 Pilot. I had a little issue getting it running, but now that it's all running, so far so good. This is my first actual flight with it, though, so ask me after the stream. We'll see how it goes here. But Q8, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Hope you have a wonderful day. All right, we're going to spool them up 50 from the outside view. Yoga's in chat. Let's go to Atlanta. Oh, yeah. Yoga. So nice. All right, man. Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Hero. Navin. Oh, it rotates so nice. Fly with. Man, the rotation felt so good on that. That was really pleasant. Frontier Flight 357, turn right, fly heading 230. 230, Frontier Flight 357. There's heading. Oop, I'm gonna have to re-secure that. All right, so we're open climb heading. There's our positive trend. Thrust climb, open climb. Heading, auto thrust. VFE next, flaps 1. I'll tell you what. This is an autopilot stream, right? Let's go ahead and turn the autopilot on. Autopilot 1. I gotta reset the camera, so can you see everything? All right, good. Now this is cool. Frontier Flight 357, continue right turn now, fly heading 260. 260, Frontier Flight 357. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go back into live cam with FCU on. There you go. There's SP. We'll go flap 0. Have takeoff checklist. Frontier Flight 357. Turn right, heading to correction. Turn right, heading 300. And maintain 210 knots for me, please. 210 knots, 300 on the heading. Frontier Flight 357. Oh, pull that knob out. This is so nice, chat. This is so nice. So we're gonna slow back to 210 on a heading of 300. So slowing to 210, we're already at 250. Look at that climb rate rocketing up through this cloud layer here. We eventually need to make a right turn out to about 330s. Frontier Flight 357, turn right heading 330. 330, Frontier Flight 357. All right, I'm in love with this thing. This thing's awesome. Is it possible to make the cam window bigger? Yes, the miniFCU window, I can stretch it out a little bit for you. Here you go. How's that? Is that better? I just don't want it to distort the image. Like I said, I got a pretty weak camera that's running it right now. I intend to get a better camera for the FCU. But I gotta tell you guys, the push-pull, having push-pull on this thing again is, just having push-pull like the real airplane is awesome. That's actually a little bit too slow. We'll accelerate to 250. Frontier Flight 357, turn right, heading 350, one able, proceed direct to ended. 350, direct to ended, Frontier Flight 357. We're in the turn, 350, we're accelerating 250k knots. Let's go ahead and go direct to. Now let's see, when we go ended, we're going to switch into manage nav, watch the heading, boom, disappears to dashes, just like that airplane would do. We got nav up there on the FMA. Absolutely fantastic. All right, we're out of 10,000, or we're leveling at 10,000 feet, so let's go fast. So let's go ahead and turn our wing lights off. We'll turn this off here so we're not blasting everybody. We'll go ahead and do a forward call, let them know we're out of that. We'll say we're going to pretend they're going to keep us at 10,000 here, but we'll accelerate to 280. Frontier Flight 357, climb 17,000. All right, so I need to secure this. Hold on. Oh yeah, I wasn't even suction cupped down. All right, 17 blue, thrust climb, open climb. We're climbing up. It's a little out of focus. Let me see if I can play with it. Let me see here. Properties. Any better at all. How does it attach to the desk? So there are holes. I'm going to turn this in down a little bit. There are holes on the base of the FCU, so you could screw it into something or actually mount it to something. It comes out of the box with 4 suction cups. So right now I've got it suction cupped. I basically have it suction cupped to a metal plate that I used to have for like my Thrustmaster base right now, because my desk, it doesn't really stick to my desk very well. It's kind of like a texture on it. I guess that's causing issues. So I'm going to probably pull the suction cups off and maybe use a Velcro. What I would like to do, I would actually like to set this up on top of my Bravo. So basically my Bravo sits on my desk most of the time, even if I don't have any levers attached to it, because I use the gear lever and whatnot. But what I would like to do is put a plate on top of the Bravo and then put the FCU on top of the Bravo, because then it's going to kind of raise it up. So in real life, if you can see here in the cockpit view, when I reach up to manipulate the actual FCU, I'm reaching up higher than lower. So it's not like I'm reaching down to manipulate the FCU. So that's the only thing I want to change with my desk. I want to mount it up a little bit, probably about shoulder height is where the airplane really sits. I'll have to take a look tonight when I go to the real airplane, see exactly where it is. But I'm going to want to raise the FCU a little bit, so maybe on top of my Bravo. I think it would be a perfect solution to mount it there for now until we get more components like the mini EFIS or whatever will be coming next. But that way I can kind of reach up instead. Right now, the way I'm sitting, I have to kind of reach down to manipulate it, which isn't a big deal, but I cannot wait to have some ATC on and be vectored around using this thing. This is going to be absolutely game changing. Climb to 230. Oh, look, it switched to vertical speed because we were not in alt. We were in alt star, so we were getting ready to capture. Look, now it's reverted to vertical speed 230, just like the real airplane. We got the vertical revision chirp. You hear that chirp, chirp, chirp. So we went to a degraded mode. So let's go ahead and pull for open. Oh, yeah. Pulled for open, 230. I'm going to manage the speed by pushing it in now. So we'll do our cost index climb out speed. You can see the dashes go there. Oh, man, that is awesome. Game changing. Game changing for Airbus enthusiasts, for sure. Because this is one of those things where I tell you that, like, manipulating the Airbus in SimWorld to get a true user experience, or like a user-friendly experience, that's not even the right words. So when I say that I think a lot of people enjoy flying Boeings in the sim more, is partially due to the available hardware, right? So you have yokes. Flying a yoke aircraft with a physical yoke, it connects you to the airplane more. So the Airbus, flying it with a joystick, yes, but unless you have a proper joystick, you really miss out on a lot of the connection with the airplane. So, you know, if you have a more high-end joystick like the Warthog base, or you have a Verpal or something like that with an Airbus grip, you know what I mean. If you come from something like the TCA stick or like a Satec stick or something like that, when you upgrade your stick, you feel more connected to the Airbus, and it makes it more enjoyable. Okay, the next step in being connected to the Airbus is having something like this. This box, this FCU, is what flies the airplane the majority of the time. Let's go ahead and set standards. STD for you, me, and AJ Funari. He's already got a few. STDs for you, me, and Zippy Zapple are all set up. So having this box, this is the heart and soul of flying the airplane on autopilot. It really is. Minus having a McDo, where you do your direct twos and stuff like that. This is how I'm going to manipulate the airplane. Let's go ahead and climb up to our cruise altitude now, 360. 360 is blue. So we see it here, 360, and we verify 360 blue here on your altitude window on your PFD. So having that in conjunction now, not only with that, but like having proper thrust levers and the Airbus side stick, it is really making it exciting to fly this airplane. And that's coming from someone who flies this airplane on a daily basis. I mean, I got to go fly it in a few hours. So to be excited to fly it on my desk just tells you how cool it is, how cool it feels to actually have it all come together when you're flying flight sim. Hey, now the pills and jeez, AJ. Hey, well, at least I'm glad it cleared up for you, my friend. Take it to work. Tell the FO it's new from Airbus. XP72, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Hope you're well, XP. Should I bring it to work and like take a picture of it in the airplane? You guys want to see that? That'd be funny as hell. My FO is a good buddy of mine I'm flying with tonight. That would be pretty funny. Bottom left will allow us to see it, or to see more. Oh, you mean, okay. Yeah, so let's do that. Meaner. There we go. Bottom left. And there we go. How tactile the feel is. Okay, let's talk about the feel. Two guitars. So I'm going to zoom in on the... let's do this. We'll get right up on the one here in the cockpit. And then we'll look at we'll talk about this one. I wonder, should I turn the lights on so you can see it? No, yeah, let me do that real quick. Hold on, let me turn the actual lights on in the office here. I wanted you to see the backlighting, because the backlighting, 10 for 10, zero complaints. The bleed around the switches and the knobs is awesome. Let me turn on my actual light here in the room, and maybe it'll light up a little bit. You'll see the whole product. All right, so we're out of the dungeon. Now you can see the whole product here lit up. The tactile feel of it is great. So the airplane, which, unless you've manipulated these knobs in real life, you may not actually know, but the push-pull of the altitude and like the push to level off, even the speed and all of them really, it's not a like a tactile click feel when you push and pull the knobs in the real airplane. It's a mush feel. So much so that like some of them, like if I pull for heading, like, oh, I gotta pull for heading, I'll pull it like 3 times or like 2 or 3 times just to make sure I actually pulled it, because there's no real tactile response in the unit in the real airplane or in this one. It's like a mushed feel. I can't explain it, and they've done a great job in getting that mushed feel. So you can see now we're pulled off to a heading of 000 or north, which is a pet peeve to some people, 360, and it turns to 000, but that's what the real airplane does. So that feels good. The rotation of the knobs is great. And what I'll do here is I'm going to remanage it. Let's see if we'll capture. Awesome. So now we've recaptured. So when I spin this slow, I can give nice control. And if I spin it fast, you see how much faster I can move the heading knob? That's pretty darn good. I'd say it's really close to the real thing. The faster you speed it or the faster you scroll it, the more units it'll like jump. It doesn't really necessarily go one by one. And I feel like they've captured that. There's a good balance in the way these knobs are set up. Same with the altitude and the speed knob. Yeah, I mean these all feel pretty good, and we'll just go ahead and remanage it. You're gonna see I do need to find a way to secure this better. It seems to me like the little suction cups are kind of coming loose, but that's a very small problem to have. I'll properly secure it. The size 49 Whiskey is about 80% of the real thing, so it is a little bit smaller, but honestly, I'll tell you tonight how I feel like the knobs are almost exactly the same. I mean, it's so much so that I feel like I wouldn't really tell the difference. The box, the unit itself, definitely looks like it's about 80% smaller. You can kind of see here, like you've got a big space here, like speed and Mach. On this airplane cockpit, the real unit's probably maybe 2 inches on either side or an inch on either side, so for another extra 2 inches, but which is a lot, mind you. But as far as size goes, I think it's really good. It fits perfectly on the desk, and the knobs feel really good. They feel just like the real thing, honestly. What I will say is like the approach and the expedite push button on the other side here, and even this loc button, they are, I wouldn't say hard to reach, but that's where I notice the difference in size the most, because like in the real airplane, you put your hand up on top of the glare shield, and my thumb is about down here, and that's where I would push the button, whereas here that loc button is kind of tucked up underneath there. Not a big deal at all. You know, you're putting it on your desk. You don't need the full size, unless you want a full size. I'm sure you can go buy one for a pretty penny, but no issues with the size at all on the unit. And the backlighting, the way it lights up, even with the light on in the office now, you can see it's like that black window, very crisp. The font looks really good. I mean, it just looks good. I am really happy with it, honestly. One thing to note is I did have, I wonder if I can show you all. I showed the members on the Discord. It's mounted. Next time it comes unstuck, I'll spin it around and show you. But there are 2 set screws on either side of the unit, and the screws on mine are a little bit smaller than I think they should be, and the metal cover kind of like pops through, so it makes this makes that top cover a little bit loose. You can kind of see how I can wiggle it over there, because the screws on this side need to be fixed. I can probably fix that with a little maybe just upsizing of the head of the screw a little bit, or if I get another unit to plug in on this side, then it wouldn't matter. But I don't know if it was a shipping, got banged around in shipping a little bit. I have a tiny little like bend on this corner right here. I think that might have been from shipping as well, which surprised me because the box was packaged very nicely. It had bubble wrap. The outer, I couldn't imagine it get damaged. But if I look at the actual box, let's see, I can kind of tell where it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see here. See how the corner looks like it got crashed in there a little bit? So I think in shipping, maybe this particular unit got crushed on that top corner, and that's what popped my screw out on the side and put a little bend there on the other corner. But very, very small details or issues that I'll point out to you. Let me catch up with some of these messages here. Romulus, thank you for the 49 months of support. Goodness me, man. Romulus, appreciate you. Look at those wings. They're looking good. Will be fun setting this up for the 737 via SPAD. Romulus, when you get that SPAD profile for the 737, let me know, because I'm going to have to hit you up for that. Robert S., 34 months of support. Thank you so much. Long time no see. Corona cheers without infection. Robert S., appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for the continued support. And AJ Funari, dropping 10 gifted memberships to the channel. Appreciate you, AJ. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and getting this more members out here. Appreciate each and every single one of you that are a member. And AJ, thank you for the support, man. Very kind of you. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, full of pumpkin spice lattes and cold foam Astro drinks. So cheers to you, AJ. Now, what would be really cool? Get the mini EFIS next, right? Mini EFIS up here. Whew. That would be sweet. Fuck, I gotta go. Take it easy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna. The approach will be the interesting part, seeing how it does on approach. What's coming next? The McDo? For me, I don't know what's coming next. I'm kind of capped out on USB add-ons right now. I need like another USB hub. I don't know if I want a McDo or not. They're pretty pricey. And I don't know how well they function. I don't know. I'd rather have a mini EFIS or a mini light panel. That's what I need. Do the cockpit dimming dials work under the unit? So there are no dials under the unit, Zippy. Oh, do you mean? Oh, well, it would be cool if it would dim. Hold on. It'd be cool if it dimmed. If it actually dimmed the unit. I don't believe it dims. No, I don't believe it dims. Does it? No, I don't think so. That would be cool if it did. It does not, though. So there's no dials under the actual unit, and I don't believe you can dim it. Lolar Pilot, good to see you, man. Very nice to see you flying again today. Yeah, last minute Lolar Pilot. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed, I know. We're Mach Alt Star, we're leveling 360, and it's go home leg, so let's go ahead and select speed, and let's go ahead and bump that sucker up to 80 Mach. So 80 Mach selected. Yeah. Has someone been able to cheat the Fenix to bypass ProSim copyright? Captain McGee, if I have time when we land, so I have a piece of software that is supposed to make it compatible with the Fenix. I don't know to what extent, but as soon as we land, if I remember, don't let me forget, maybe we'll just skip replays. We'll watch one replay and I'll load it in the Fenix to see what it does. To see what it does with the Fenix, with this Fenix Quartz software that I have for it. Yep, I have Fenix Quartz. That's what I have. We'll give it a shot. Let me see what time it is here. Let me see if my flight's delayed. Let's check. Looked like it was already, the airplane was going to be coming in late. It's coming from Cleveland, which is where all the weather is. So let me update my schedule right now, see what we got here time-wise. Oh, yeah, delicious. Look at this. We're already delayed 23 minutes. Scheduled departure 1720. Right now we're scheduled out at 1743. We got a 2-hour sit in Houston though, so we're just eating into that. That's all right. Let me check the inbound aircraft from Cleveland. Let's see where it is. It's actually approaching Cleveland in about another hour or two. It'll be interesting to see if they get out of Cleveland on time, though, because I'm pretty sure this weather is going up and down the whole East Coast here, right? Where's Cleveland? Well, Cleveland is right on the tail end of it. They may be able to get out. The problem is going to be Atlanta, getting into Atlanta. Looks like my route of flight will be pretty clear, though. We're going to be flying southbound out over Mobile, Lafayette, and then into Houston. But there is an air med out there for turbulence. Oh no, there's a SIGMET for turbulence today. Let's see, what do we have? Sigmet Uniform 1, valid until 1910Z. What time is it? We're in real time. What's the Z time right now? It's 17:44, so for another 2 hours. What do we have here? Occasional severe turbulence. Wow. Between flight level 200 and 300 due to wind shear. Associated with jet stream, reported by aircraft. Oh, that's always fun. Occasional severe. That's pretty nasty. Just north of where I'm going to be going, though. So hopefully it stays north. Good old winter flying. Alright. Just departed Charlotte, and very interesting weather indeed. Nothing major, though, just low vis and rain. Do you have to buy your own food at the airport or voucher or anything? Bomb Tech, we get what's called per diem. So basically, you get paid a certain amount every hour that you're away from base. It's supposed to be able to cover food, but with the cost of inflation, it does not. You plan on reviewing the INI 320 Neo anytime soon? Maybe when some of the bugs... Yeah, Airbus 737. When the INI builds 320 Neo hits the stable version... I'll move this off a little bit. No, won't work. When INI builds 320 reaches the stable... Microsoft, oh, of course, I'll take it up and give it a shot, but I'm not going to jump into a beta just to fly a default airplane again. Like, it's... I'm not... I mean... I think we all know where I stand when it comes to default airplanes. Minus the 310. The 310 is not your traditional default airplane. But we'll see. I'm sure it'll be pretty decent when it's released. I mean, AnyBuilds has a reputation to uphold, so I'm sure it'll be released. The model, I will say though, from what I've seen, I watched XP fly it. So the model looks great. The wing textures, the slats. Cockpit. I know the cockpit drives a lot of y'all nuts right now. Like with the angle here, I can see it now. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But the modeling looks fantastic on the indie builds. I got my 7.4 to be pretty juicy. That is true too. The 7.4 is pretty juicy as well. It is pretty juicy. Unfortunately, Corona and the boy had a 39C fever. Ooh, now we are doing slowly better. How about you? Ooh, oh, you're trying to do it. Man, everyone's got some sickies. You sick, man, Dougal? My girl, my oldest, got sick first, and then she got, obviously, the middle child sick, and then I got sick, and then the baby got sick. The only one that hasn't got sick is my wife, so... Wingflex, new cockpit, and FT Sim sounds. Now, that would be interesting to see the FT Sim sound pack on the AnyBuilds 320 Neo. Now, one thing that I am a little bit disappointed about, ooh, that is a juicy view right there, is they did another CFM. Like, I wish they would have done a Pratt. If they would have done a Pratt Neo, then I would probably have jumped in the beta to give it a shot. But another CFM... Now, I try to tell myself I'm a Pratt & Whitney fan, but, I mean... It's like Pratt was trying to put me out of a job here with all the engine issues that we're having with the Pratt Whitneys. So maybe I should become a LEAP fan. I don't know. Glaring issues should be dealt with in the not-so-distant future, says Chaos. Ooh. Foreshadowing, perhaps? All right, let's check what time it is. It's 12:48. So... we are landing in approximately, we're only 235 miles out, so 18:25. So we're going to be on the ground in 1:25. Oh, perfect. And I can, if I can leave the office by 1:45, then I'll be able to get home in time, because I need to give myself some more time to drive to the airport, because I can imagine rain and Atlanta and traffic and Thanksgiving week makes things pretty spicy. I could already see the roads are pretty red up there by the airport. I gotta tell you what, y'all that live in Atlanta, this traffic thing is serious. Like, we got some serious traffic issues. The sounds are Pratt & Whitney in the Build 320 Neo? No, that's interesting. Fubar, good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well so far, Fubar. Good to see you too, my friend. Mr. Streams V1, glad you're back. Hope all is well with you and the family. VKG Bryant, thank you for the 12 months of support. I miss streaming with you guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So the reason, well, part of the reason that I haven't been streaming as of late is, I don't know, it seemed like the last... So let me back up. So y'all know this isn't my full-time job. My full-time job, I'm an airline pilot. Outside of being an airline pilot, I have 3 kids. We've got chickens and dogs and bunnies and kind of like the whole fake farm thing going on. So time to do hobbies outside of work and family is pretty minimal. Not non-existent, but pretty minimal. So when I get the time to do what I'm passionate about, such as flight sim and bring content to you guys on YouTube, I really want to be effective with my time. The last couple of streams, it's been like internet issue after internet issue after internet issue. So when I have the time to be able to bring the content and then stuff outside of my control ends up tanking the stream or just making it unwatchable. No one wants to watch that. No one wants to watch a slideshow. I get it. I don't either. And it makes it demotivating because it's like, well, now not only am I wasting my time, but I'm wasting your time. People see stream notification like, ooh, maybe I'll move this around. Maybe I'm gonna do this so I can watch the stream. And then you go to watch the stream and it's just not quality content. So now that makes me feel bad, right? So it just kind of, it puts you in this dark spiral, or puts me in this dark spiral of like, well, I'm just not even gonna do it because I don't want to disappoint people and I don't want to put time into something that's just not gonna work out anyway and end up being a waste of time. So it kind of threw me off the content train for a while. But so far, so good. Fingers crossed. Worse than 635. It's pretty comparable, Caleb. It's pretty comparable. Fubar says, I've never seen worse traffic than Atlanta. I mean, Dallas has some bad traffic. I'm not going to lie. But Atlanta traffic, pretty much rush hour is from like 4 a.m. till about 1 a.m. So if you're on the roads between 1 and 4 a.m., you're probably okay. But anything after that, it's like, where are these people going? Like, I go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to be there at 5, so I'm driving at like 4:45, 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, where are all these people going? It's Sunday at 4:30 in the morning. Why is there traffic on this 285 interchange? Atlanta traffic is wild. I fly from a regional to Atlanta instead of dealing with the traffic in that terminal. I don't blame you, Will. I'd be down for a slideshow. Sorry if this has been asked before. What are your thoughts on any Build 320 Neo? Once I get my hands on it, I'll let you know. Delta P04. But yeah, I haven't had my hands on it yet. I think the model looks good, but that's about it. Catco, good to see you, my friend. Catco, did you make out with you know, that safe stock was down about $8. Could have been a good investment opportunity. Good to see you, Catco. Hope you're doing well, bud. Synfax Rising. Been watching a lot of your past streams. Love your content. Made me fall in love with the King Air, and I've been flying that around lately. Synfaxy Rising. Well, I appreciate that. Glad you enjoy that King Air content. I do love flying the King Air around. Anything turboprops, I absolutely love it. King Air is a fun bird for sure. Andrew, something, you just moved back home to Dallas to not miss the traffic. Yeah, I hear you. Weakness says best of both worlds. Pratt & Whitney sounds with the GE CFM reliability. Yeah, I can't even counter that because, I mean, literally could put me on furlough. I don't think it will, but jeez, these Pratts. I'm going to have to apply to Frontier with these Ohio bases. Yeah, you will, man. And all day turns, right? Fubar says that was the part that freaked me out. Like, how do I have to leave extra time at 4 a.m.? I'll put it to you this way then we got to get ready to start going down. It should be a fun approach here. No ATC on, but we'll self-vector ourselves in. Man, we are right on top of a layer here. So I did fly the Lone Star 1 today. So my last house, I used to live 97 miles from my driveway to the airport parking space. Okay, I would leave an hour and 30 minutes prior to showtime. Hold on. What's this? I would leave an hour and 30 minutes prior to showtime when I was 97 miles door to door. I would get there just in time if I had to make an emergency pit stop, get the bubble guts, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about, early morning showtime, still had time. Still had about 15, 20 minutes solid extra time. In Atlanta, I live 45 miles, give or take, from driveway to parking space. I still leave an hour and 20 minutes prior to showtime, and that is cutting it. If I miss the employee bus one time, or if I miss the train one time, I will probably be right on time or minutes past showtime to the airplane, and I live half the distance. That's what's crazy. Callie Simmer, I had the alerts muted, but here we go.
Happy Thanksgiving, Cap. Fish posh on the not wanting to do it. I'm very thankful to watch your streams whenever you do. Life is busy and technology can be a challenge, so we appreciate you. Oh, and here's a latte for you. Lol.
Kelly Simmer, appreciate you. $10 bank angle check. I hope you had a wonderful experience at the World Flight. I think you were there with the SoCal crew, right? Kelly Simmer, thank you so much for the $10 bank angle check. Happy Thanksgiving to you and all of your family. Pushback didn't wanted to do it. Glad you enjoy the content, and hopefully we'll have a lot more of that coming at you right after the holiday season. So thank you for the support, Kelly Simmer. Appreciate that. I'm going to take that right to Foxtail Coffee. I'm going to grab myself. They have a limited, pumpkin spice lattes. They have pumpkin spice lattes for the rest of the week, and then they're gone. I'm going to get one more PSL. I might even bring one to my FO. I've been telling him he's got to try the one from the coffee shop here. He says his favorite is Dunkin'. I'm like, dude, no. Dunkin' pumpkin spice latte is not. It's not. No, can't do it. Gotta do Foxtail Coffee. So I'll grab 2 PSLs for him. Appreciate you, Callie Simmer. Thanks for the support. Kako, the miniFCU is great, man. I gotta tell you, I was super excited out of the get-go for it. But you know how it is with anything. When you don't see anything, I'm just pushing my suction cups back down. When you don't get to feel it or see it in person, sometimes you never really know how it's going to turn out. But I got to tell you that this, I would give it a, honestly, if I didn't have but I think I'd say that's just shipping damage, so I can't even blame it on that. It is a solid 9 out of 10. The only reason it's a 9 out of 10 is because you don't have dimmers. But I don't know how much that would cost. Like, if they put 2 little knobs up top here, that would be cool so you could, like, dim it and stuff. But other than that, the size is great. The knobs feel great. I almost want to say, I'd be curious to look it up. I know the box is, like, 80% of the real FCU, but I wonder if the knobs are full size. They're really close. I mean, it is close enough to where if I'm just up here blindfolded and I'm looking at it, I know exactly which knob I'm pressing, and it feels good. So how's the clicking? Feel right? Yes, the clicking feels right. Let me manage the speed. See that? I don't know if you could hear it. It even sounds the same. So clicking feels good. Sound feels good, and it's got that mush. It's got the mush push pull. You know, when you get in those Airbuses that have the mushy push pull, that's exactly what it's got, and it feels just like the real. There's no like click or detent or anything. It feels just like the real bird. Do you think it can be dimmed with software? Captain Will, that's a great question. I don't know, and if anybody can figure it out, it'll be Romulus. He'll probably figure it out and get it going. Did you use an A&R headset when you first started? Yes. Not when I first started. I did fly in freight because I started to get tinnitus, and then when I got to the regionals, I did use a Bose when I was at the regionals, and now I just use the ship sets. But since everybody's making fun of me on the Discord, I'm looking at getting the Bose Pro Flights maybe for Christmas. Start using a noise reduction headset in the Airbus. I never have. I've always just used the Telex 850s or whatever we got. Call them ship sets. Airbus is not inherent. It's not really a loud airplane, honestly. It's quieter than a 7.3 for sure. But 319, they are a little bit louder. So, Captain Tango, 17 months support. Appreciate you. World flight was a blast. Flew the 324 a week. Captain Tango, that's fantastic, man. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you for the support. And wish you a happy Thanksgiving week and upcoming holidays. 17 months as a member here, Captain Tango. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and step down, shall we? Because why not? Frontier Flight 357, descend and maintain 330, expedite through 340. So let's talk about this clearance. Descend to 330, expedite through 340. Now, you could hit the expedite push button like a rookie and then hit the VMMO and then set off the overspeed and have to ride it up. Or you can just pool for open descent. So what I would do if this was a normal, say just descend and maintain 330, what I would do, I would either push after setting 330, which will then be a managed descent. The dot would stay there, and the airplane would pitch for about 1,000 feet per minute until it reached the descent profile, or if it never did, it would just descend down to 330 at 1,000 feet per minute. If you are really riding the barber pole and you wanted to piss off ATC, you could vertical speed 500, 700, 800 feet per minute. But, let me get through this.
Down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a wrap.
If you get a expedite descent, the fastest way to get down without pressing the expedite and going right up into MMO is to set the altitude and pool for the open descent. Because what's going to happen? The airplane is going to bring the power to idle, and then it's just going to give you whatever descent rate it can without overspeeding your selected speed target of what we have now of 0.80 Mach. All right, and as we get ready to transition here, we could even change over to knots, but we'll leave it right there. So that clearance, descend 330, expedite through 34, I'm just going to pull for an open descent, because what that's going to do is going to allow me to get down faster without having to mess with anything. So that is set. And goodness gracious, we have a monster donation in the chat from Thrustset Simulations. Thrustset dropping a $100 super chat. Positive rates to Thrustset. That is a massive dono. Appreciate you, Thrustset. Bill Barrett here. Been following you ever since your very first video. Bill, I remember the name. Bill Barrett. About it. Time to contribute. Thanks for all your great content over the years. Well, Bill Barrett, I appreciate that greatly, my friend. Thank you so much for the support. Positive rates right back at you for that monster donation. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad you've been around since the beginning, and you've stuck around. So maybe I am doing something right here. I appreciate the support, my friend. I wish you and your family a very happy holiday season, and thank you for your continued support here on the V1 channel. What does check speed mode mean? That just means it says you want to be in managed speed. Like, it's like, hey, you're in selected speed. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm pretty sure that would only pop up. Check speed mode would only pop up if you tried to manage a descent. Hold on. Let's do 31. Manage a descent and keep it in selected. Well, we're capturing the descent profile. I'd have to double check, Chaos. Why are you asking me? You should know this. I'm pretty sure when you get that check speed mode, it's asking you to confirm that you're in a selected speed, because I think it wants you to be in managed possibly, or it's just double checking you. I actually don't know off the top of my head what triggers that alert, but I know it's just asking you, hey, we're on the descent profile. Why don't you select manage speed, because we have all the descent profiles set up for you. I don't know. I'll have to look into that one, Chaos. Is there ever a situation when the expedite push button is used? No, not for us. It's not prohibited for our operator. However, it is not used. And I've done a real emergency descent in the real airplane. Oh, look, we even went vertical speed. Let's go ahead and manage the descent. Let's see if we can catch it here. We'll go, we're going to manage everything up here. Let's go manage speed. All right, with thrust idle descent, we need to catch up to our descent profile. We got 17 blue. But even when I did a real emergency descent in the Airbus, I did not use the expedite push button. There's nothing wrong with using it, but you can do what the expedite push button does and have more control over it just by selecting your speed. So, for example, expedite in the descent. All it's going to do is going to do an idle thrust, and it's going to pitch for MMO, your max Mach number, or red line. So instead of riding the barber pole, you can save yourself a maintenance write-up by just selecting open descent and selecting 80 Mach. It's the same thing. You have more control over it. Also, getting out of expedite can be a little bit finicky if you don't know how to get out of it, and then you can have issues. Climbing, expedite climb. And if you press the expedite push button in the climb, it's going to pitch for green dot pretty aggressively, and you will space shuttle 7,000 feet per minute until you hit green dot, at which point the airplane will pitch over and maintain green dot in the climb. You can accomplish the same with more control by pulling for open climb and just scrolling your speed back in 10 knot increments. Because if you do a 10 knot increment decrease, it's going to shoot up probably 3,000 feet a minute, depending on how heavy you are, and situational, of course. But it's really going to expedite that climb rate. If you still need more, keep rolling that speed back 10 knots at a time, 5 knots at a time, until you get what you need. You don't want to bleed off all your speed, especially if you're going up into the high flight levels. If you go up into flight level 350 and above, heck, even depending on your weight, even above 30,000 feet, depending on your weight, at green dot, it's going to take you a very long time to get above green dot and get out of that, because you can fall behind that drag curve, and now that can be very dangerous position for the airplane if you're getting too slow. It's just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, to fall out the backside of that speed curve than to be on the front end of that. Now, the opposite to falling off the backside of the speed curve is Mach tuck, which is equally as bad. So we can either stall uncontrollably to the ground without being able to recover, or you can be in Mach tuck and rip the wings off. Pick your poison. Either way, don't fall out the backside of the speed curve or go off the front end of the cliff. They should definitely have this working as general selector knobs buttons, even if the LCD doesn't display data, so we're not limited to certain add-ons. Oh, is that what you mean? Like, so like to use it with different airplanes to like do heading, kind of like the Bravo does? I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would have been a nice little touch, nice little add-on. This is why we stick around. The knowledge of the 320 is unmatched. Much love, you. ANT714, appreciate the support, man. Very kind of you. Is this the stable? I haven't flown the fly-by-wire in a while. Joe Plains, Tower Ray. I just dropped my Chicago turn over the other day. This is the latest. What is it, Chaos? It is the latest not stable. Whatever is, there's stable and there's one other. Developmental, maybe? It's that one. And Joe Plains, I got to tell you, very pleased with the rotation. Felt very good. I updated it before the stream. Flew off out of Tampa. Rotation felt fantastic. Flaps 2 takeoff. Beautiful. Very, very smooth. And I've been flying pretty much nothing but Neos as of late. I don't know what it is. I think the way I bid my schedule for doing short trips and turns, they just put a lot of Neos on those routes. So I've been flying a lot of Neos lately. I can't even remember the last time I flew an IAE. How do you order the Mini, Calvin Parker? Not yet available for the for mass ordering. They are being shipped out now to those who were backers on the Kickstarter campaign. But I'm sure once they kind of get everything settled with that, they're going to have a full storefront up where it will be an orderable piece of hardware. So I'm just going to press it down again here to get my suction cups stuck. I need to figure out how I'm going to mount this permanently. I don't know yet. The suction cup thing I could see becoming annoying over time. Maybe I get some little clamps or something. We'll see. All right, let's Okay, we're direct again. Let's go down to 11,000. So 11,000 is set. We need to do some work here. Let's go ahead and select speed. Let's maintain 320 knots, and let's do an open descent. So we're going to do open descent, 11,000. Look, so I'm going to Can I do it? Can I do it? I'm going to expedite my descent by using open descent and increasing my indicated airspeed. Look at my descent rate. We're out of 18,000. Magic barrel ref key 29091 is set. All right, we also need to set up the box here because we're going to shoot an ILS. So Atsu, let's get the weather. We've been talking about all kinds of fun stuff here, but we're actually going to shoot an ILS to Atlanta. So we'll send that off. We'll get our LS push buttons on. So my house in real life is right close to that Schuler waypoint. Don't come looking for me. Build a little box. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, command strips to aviator. That'll probably be what I use. That's what I've used with mostly everything else is command strips. Hey, Ron. Good to see you, man. Welcome. Nothing like a last-minute stream, right? All right, here's our METAR from Atlanta. 180 at 11, gust 25, 10 miles. Broken at 6, overcast 1,300. 1918, 2988, peak wind 180 at 28 at 1735 Z, rate ended 52 past the hour, sea level pressure 1113, pressure, temperature, and dew point, and I don't remember what anything else means. So that's for all the angry widget pilots to decipher. All right, we're 13.6 for 11. Let's pull up the ILS approach chart here. Let's go to our Navigraph. And let's do the ILS. Nope. Oh, we gotta go Atlanta. 9er right. Did I miss it? I missed it. What the heck's going on here? Oh, here we go. ILS or localizer. 9er right. Should we do an auto land? Nah. Alright, iFun 1089-095, Bernie 27, DA is 1226. Let's throw that down here. Let's go perf data. 1226. 29er. What is it? 88. I don't remember what it was. I didn't print it. RIP. Alright, Schuler at or above 11, 250 knots. We'll manage that up here. Actually, I tell you what. Let's set 8,000. Let's maintain. Well, we gotta go fast though. Let's speed it up. Let's go direct to Schuler. Direct Schuler. Maintain 10,000. Thrust idle open descent. We're flying fast. Maybe it's go home day. Go home day. Not really. I'm starting a trip. Radar doesn't work, right? I can't imagine miniCockpit making bank if they sell clamp for this. I can imagine them making bank if they sell clamps for this. Yeah, that would be... Command strips will work, but yeah, clamps would be nice. Build a little box for it. Ooh. Yeah, we're not going to fly through that cloud. For weather, we need to deviate. And for FCU, let's make it more fun. So, Frontier Flight 357 for FCU testing purposes. Fly heading 050, vectors to final, descend and maintain 5,000. Descend and maintain 5,000, 050 on the heading. Reduce speed 250 knots. 250 knots selected, 050. We can I clear P-pause on this one? Will let me draw a line? I don't think it will. So let's just let it cycle, or we'll clear from the top. We'll clear Schuler. We'll clear Jingle. We'll clear Haler. And Gandalf. I don't think it's going to work. It's going to go the opposite way. No. Alright. Close enough. Oh, we're speeding. Push the level off. I did that on purpose. Look at that. Vertical speed 0. Speed breaks out. We got to make 250 knots below 10. I did that on purpose. But look, see how quick? You see how quick I was able to just manipulate vertical speed 0, speed brake out? Love it. That is what's going to make this, it's going to make y'all really enjoy this box. Like, once you learn, not even learn because it's pretty self-explanatory, once you develop the muscle memory, the muscle habits of manipulating this, it's going to connect you to the Airbus like you've never been connected before, I'm telling you. It really adds that layer of immersion. Absolutely love it. What does the LS button do? The LS button gets us on the ILS. Now, we don't have an LS button here. You can set your expedite push button to do several things, whether it's LS, flight director, or actual expedite. And because expedite isn't really ever used, I might change it. There's a mini cockpit. Actually, I'll tell you what. I can set it right now. I'm going to make it do... I'm going to make it do LS. So I've reset it. So now if I hit the expedite, it should... Look at that. See my LS button came off? Oh, that feels good too. So I've just reset my expedite push button to be the LS button, which puts up our low slope here. But what I want to do though is I want to make it the flight director button. So now I've just reset it via the software. So now my expedite push button is going to be my flight director. You know how many times do I come up here like, oh, I got to turn flight directors off. So right now I got flight directors on the expedite push button. Sam F, great point. Be careful with that muscle memory though, because I don't want to be coming up here hitting the expedite push button when I want to turn the flight director off. That could be problematic. But all right, everything else is looking good. Frontier Flight 357 for traffic, flight heading 040. Descend and maintain 4,000. And let's go ahead and pick up that descent rate, please. So speed brake out. Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 357. We're approaching from the south. We're about 20 miles, setting up for ILS 9 right, Atlanta traffic. LS selected. Real jet falls out of sky. Sam F, yeah, exactly. Don't want to expedite randomly when trying to turn on the LS. It would definitely be a problem. What's the outside air temp? Whoa, frames. Plus 19, so we're good. Put the updated weather there. And let me get replay up. Flight recorder. Flight recorder is up. Frontier Flight 357, turn left, heading 010. Vectors to final. And where are you, flight recorder? There you are. Flight recorder is ready. Y'all, if you haven't already, please do smash down that like button. I don't even see how many likes I have. I have it covered on my second monitor. The window's too big. But if you haven't already, please smash down that like button for some Thanksgiving week flight sim last minute streams. Like I said, I haven't had any content for a while, so YouTube algorithm's gonna really discriminate against me. So let's beat the algorithm together. Smash down that like button. Why do they not provide FDLS push buttons? Because Thrust said, I believe they're probably going to include that in their mini EFIS, which I would imagine will be this panel next. So I am 90% sure that would be why. Because if you can't see right now, but if you watch any other reviews, I think Blue Games is a fantastic review as always. Video out. There are ports on either side of this box for connecting additional pieces of hardware. So you'll be able to connect to, hopefully, a mini EFIS. Yeah, maybe a mini ECAM. Who knows? FO altimeter is set 29901. There we go. I understand that we'll still need external software like SPAD in order to use it with Fenix. Mike's Basement, ask me that question after we land. I'm going to hop into the Fenix. I have the Quartz software. It's just a simple download. I want to see what it looks like. I don't even know what it does yet, so we'll experience that together. What's the final approach fix, Bernie? 2700. Frontier Flight 357, descend and maintain 3,000. Watch this. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Turn right, heading 030. Maintain 3,000 till established. Cleared. ILS Runway 9 right approach. 3,000 South Savage 030 on the heading, cleared out last 9 right approach. Frontier flight 357. We're going to go ahead and roll that puppy back right now at 180 knots. We're setting ourselves up for failure here. What's a bad vector? Make it 040. We're gonna have to do something. Well, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Here we go. I give it 2 years before you have a mini 320. There's Lokestar. Look at the heading bug disappeared, just like it is on the FCU up top. I'm just going to leave the flight control cam off, guys, so we just focus with the FCU. How's that? You guys good with that for this approach? We'll just leave the flight controls off. We'll just do the FCU on this one. There's flaps 1. We're riding that speed brake all the way down. And we're riding it back. Here comes that glide slope. Let me get, as long as I can get flaps 2 out before we hit glide slope, we're golden. Come on, there's glide. There's our VFE next. There's 10-ish knots. VFE next, flaps 2.
2,500.
Boom. Let's make sure we're activated and confirmed. We're not activated, confirmed. That would have been spicy. Look at that crosswind. 45 knots, y'all. Into the rain. Speed out star. We're below the slope, so we're leveling at 3. Perfect. Bump up the sounds. You can hear the rain on the windshield. Oh, yeah. Should we auto land? I think we're outside of auto land limitations, though, for the crosswind. At least up here we are. 42 knots? Surely this is going to go away. All right, glide slope star. Go around altitude is set. Oop. 4,000 white. Ground altitude set 4,000 white. Let's go ahead and manage speed. Gear down. I know, that's me with the speed brakes. That was me. Speed brakes on.
Flight advance. Please prepare for that.
Oh, we never turn the seatbelts back on. Oh, we're up here in the dark. Man, these Frontier pilots, it's crazy. There's the runway. VFE next minus 10 flaps 3. Look at that crosswind. Still 36 knots. VFE next flaps full landing checklist. Man, oh man. That is beautiful. I love this sim. Alright, landing checks, chem crew advise, auto thrust speed, auto brakes are off. Actually, we gotta do low brakes because I don't have the tactical flip flops installed. Auto brakes low, ECAM memo, landing all green, landing check is complete. Autopilot's coming off. Let's fly this puppy. Runway's in sight. Flight director's off. Give me the bird. Oh my gosh, that made it worth it right there. I just turned the flight directors off and birded myself with 1 touch. 2 touches. That was awesome. I don't know why, though, because this is a pretty spicy crosswind. Maybe I should have left it on. I don't think I'm qualified to land in this. Oh, I should probably turn the replay on. Come on, chat. Replay's on. You're welcome.
400. 400. 400.
You know what is so funny? Landing MSP 2 days ago, I had 3 400 callouts. 3 of them landing on 1-2 right in MSP.
Above.
That's funny. We just had 4 of them. 20
Minimum.
knots direct. And in Microsoft, that's like 50 in real life. Look at this.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
All right, settle down, Microsoft, settle down. Reverse screen. Oh, we only have 1 reverse. 1 reverse. Uh-oh. Stow him. We have 1 reverse on that. That's why I was getting that. That's why I couldn't get center line. A new calibration is due. Wow, I've got some hard left rudder. It wants the weather vane right. Oh yeah. Was that another 0 feet per minute? Damn. Another 0 feet per minute. I told you guys. Not qualified to land that. Flaps are coming up. Let's clean it up. Actually, we're not going to touch the lights. We're going to cross right over here. Atlanta traffic, Frontier Flight 357. We just landed 9 right. We're going to cross 9 or left at Delta. Taxi to the ramp, Atlanta traffic. So we're going to go right across. Clear left. I don't have full confidence that my V-pilot is working. I haven't heard a single radio call. Stop the recording. Frames. All right, what we're going to do is we're just going to park. And then we're going to load into the... We'll watch the replay, and then we'll load into the Fenix. So we're not going to shut down. Matter of fact, we'll put flaps 3. I think that was about where we were. I don't even know where we are. I think this is the International. We got all our lights on. We're going to park right here. Let's take a look at the replay. Fox 4. Yeah, Frontier not parking here. Actually, I did see a Frontier at Fox 9. Do you guys get the irony in that? It was at F9, and Frontier was parked at F9. I almost took a picture of it. Oh, we were short. Came up short, 2 inches. Damn it. All right, let's watch the replay. Replay cam is on. Disconnecting from ATC. Replay, here we go. Oh, we should be flaps full.
400.
Let's put the reverser in the climb D10. Clear that out. Here we go. Hot landing. D gates are where it's at, though. Oh no, please. D gates are the worst gates in Atlanta. That's some SWA parking. Nope, we don't need sail just yet. We're not leaving. We have for science. We have to load into the Fenix here. It's 1:27. I got like 10 minutes. Oh, parking brake off. No reversers. Interesting. Interesting. What's up with fly-by-wire? Oh, there's the reverser. Huh. I think we definitely need a recalibration. Ryan, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Let's do 1 or 2 external shots here. Let's see how we did. Let's see if it was it a true 0. There's the rudder trying to straighten the nose out. Ooh, it wasn't a true 0. This is where I couldn't get the nose to come left. I was like, more left. You can see it's weather vaning hard to the right. Overall, pretty good though. I'll take that center line for, what was it, 20 knot direct crosswind when we came over the numbers. I'll take it. Wasn't my best, wasn't my worst. All right, last one here. We'll put it in the climb detent. Brakes are off. Let's arm the speed brakes. Last one here, then we're going to load into the Fenix, and we'll see what the FCU looks like with the Quartz software. Ooh, I mean, it was trying to be a butter. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd say the 150 range. 150 to 200 maybe? I don't think that was a true 0. We've had a true 0 before on this channel, and that ain't it. All right. Here we go. Let's go back into regular cam. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to stop the replay completely. We're going to go off the runway here. Don't mind this. All right, let's end. And what we're going to do is we're going to load the Quartz software, which I have, and we're going to see what it looks like in the Fenix. I have not tested it. I don't know if I need to tweak it at all, but let's just take a quick look, and then I'm out of here. Have you tried the Indy 320 Neo? No, I have not. I'm not on the beta for Microsoft, and I do not care to be. Do a flight out of Cincy in celebration and Frontier opening a crew base there. Yeah, Maybe. I just did that flight because my family is coming into town from there. So let's go do the V1 testing grounds of Princess Juliana. Let's load up the Fenix A320. Boom, boom. Let's load it in. Oh yeah, old school. All right, let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna have to launch the Quartz. I think Quartz is already running though. Let me see. Quartz is running, so let's see what happens here. Yep, Fenix is auto starting. Thrust set, got it. It is up and processing. Good. Fenix is up and running. So I don't know. The last I heard was that you'll be able to manipulate the values on the FCU, but they don't show on the mini hardware. But let's see. Ready to fly. All right, so it works, but as suspected, you do not get the readout. You can see it flickering, though the auto thrust is flickering. That's pretty cool. So it works as in, like, you can select everything. Oh, that won't be selectable. That's not selectable right now. How about the loc? That's not selectable. Flight director, that's selectable. Let me push this back down. Expedite, which is my flight director, that works. Oh, that doesn't help you. You guys can't see that. So, yeah. That's the unfortunate part. Now, I don't know if there is some finagling that can be done in the Quartz program here. Let me see. False FCU altitude. Now, the one thing that I don't have time for it today, but I wonder if I reinstall Quartz, because what happened was I installed Quartz, installed the drivers for the mini FCU, and then it didn't work at all. So then I uninstalled the mini FCU drivers, reinstalled them, and then they worked. I wonder if I need to reinstall Quartz. So I'm going to restart the scanner real quick here. Try closing and restarting Quartz. I will. But AJ, I think... let me try that. So let me exit Quartz, and then we'll reload Quartz, relaunch Quartz. But I think I might have to do a reinstall too. All right, Quartz is closed. Let me restart it. Nope. So, I mean, the buttons work. Yeah, the buttons work. The flight director LS button works, and everything works this way. So I guess as long as you were just looking up there and you were, doing this, you wouldn't really know the difference. Maybe I bet you there's going to be someone smart in Flight Sim that's gonna get this to display. This is from the ProSim licensing that Fenix uses that prohibits this to work. So that's what we got. Guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up there. I have to go to work and go fly the real thing now. So appreciate each and every single one of you who tuned in today. Thank you all for the support, the dono gifting, the massive $100 super chat from Bill Barrett. Appreciate you, sir. Callie Simmer with the dono, AJ Funari with the dono as well. And if I missed your name, I apologize. But thank you all so much. I appreciate you all who tuned in here on this last-minute stream. Hopefully, we'll have some more content coming at you. I'm motivated again. My motivation is back up. Internet did not drop a single frame today, so that is a win for me and us here at the channel. So y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving week if I do not see y'all until after the holiday. So Be safe. Make sure your turkey is defrosted before you put it in the deep fryer. You rednecks out there, you know what I'm talking about. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the next one. See you.